you really took on the moniker feminist growing up as a child in the 80s and 90s. A lot of people in my generation didn't, and there was a sort of like disdain for the word feminist. Why do you think that feminist and feminism became such a bad word for millennials and a younger generation?
Actually, it was much worse for my generation. I mean, the trend line is up, definitely, because it was ridiculed in the beginning and took a while even to get to serious opposition. Now, of course, we have Rush Limbaugh saying feminazi every minute, so, you know, there's a drive to demonize the word, like demonizing liberal or, you know, any other word that signifies change. But I think in general there are kind of two reasons. One is because people don't know what it means. So if they go to the dictionary and see that it means somebody, male or female, who believes in the full social, economic, political equality of men and women, then they say yes. And actually more than 60% of women identify as feminists and about 30% of men. That's a lot more than identify as Republicans.
Much like this so-called post-racial society, people think that we live in like a post-gender society, that the major battles have been won. What does contemporary feminism look like? Like, how is feminism relevant to contemporary society?
Well, actually, contemporary obstructionism looks like what you say. I mean, the same people who used to say, oh, feminism is against nature or God or, you know, something, it's unnatural. Now they say, well, it used to be necessary, but it's not anymore. So the idea that we're living in a post-feminist society is a form of obstructionism, because you have only to open your eyes to see the rate of violence against females, the unequal pay and reward and promotion of females. I mean, you know, it's not possible not to see that.
Are there the same issues, or do we have new issues that have cropped up that women should be aware about, that, you know?
We have bigger issues.
Bigger issues.
Right. I mean, where we once talked about equal pay and were opposed because people said women only worked for pin money, so they didn't deserve equal pay. Now we have majority support for equal pay, and we've moved toward it a little bit. So on each issue you can see that kind of trajectory. But I think what has become very apparent is that all the movements are connected. You know, it makes sense to, you know, we have to, when we've been invisible, name ourselves and create a movement and state our goals and so on. But now it's clear, for instance, that the single greatest determinant of whether a country, any country in the world, is violent within itself or is violent militarily towards other countries is not poverty, it's not religion, it's not access to natural resources, it's not even degree of democracy, it's violence against females. So we've come to understand that the fundamental fiction, the dangerous, dangerous fiction, that human nature is divided into masculine and feminine, dominant and passive, which is only about controlling reproduction. So men can control reproduction by controlling women's bodies, is what normalizes all other, or the beginning of other hierarchies. And also you can't maintain racism or caste in India, or, you know, without controlling reproduction. So the difference is now, I believe, that it's like a trajectory. It's become much, much bigger. So, you know, we've come to understand that you can't have a successful foreign policy without understanding the roots of violence in gender. Undercurrent, under the surface.